prominent Charleston attorney David Aylor has been busy, from opening a new office near Myrtle Beach to dealing with cases here in Charleston and beyond. In this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I speak exclusively with him one-on-one. So, David.
Good to see you, Quintin.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Tell me, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing just great.
That's great.
I just told you off camera, busy doing interviews.
Yeah, well, you look real busy.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. In fact, speaking of busy, I know that you guys just opened a new Myrtle Beach office.
We did recently open a Myrtle Beach office. So actually in Murrells Inlet, and we're working down there, hopefully hoping to build that up over the next couple of years.
Speaking of which, complete these sentences for me.
Okay.
John Christopher Smith, allegedly beaten for years at JJ Cafeteria in Conway, left you.
Really just devastated for what happened to him.
Yeah. Your client, Leroy Filton, is doing.
He's doing as well as he can. He's obviously still recovering from what has happened to him. It's going to be a long road, but he's moving forward with his life and trying to put the pieces back together.
Yeah. April 7th, you sent out a press release saying that you would no longer represent former North Charleston police officer Michael Slager after you saw the controversial video that we all saw around the world. And I'm wondering, where were your heart and mind on that day after you sent that press release out?
I can't talk about anything specific as to what happened or why it happened, other than ultimately, it was a decision made to not represent him, but I can't speak anything at all in regards to what was behind that decision and why I made it.
Well, let's fast forward, shall we?
Right.
Let's talk about November 17th. As you know, John Teckenberg was elected the new mayor of Charleston after 40 years of Mayor Riley's reign. And I know that you actually supported Leon Stavronakis.
I did.
As we sit here right now, tell me why Leon Stavronakis?
Well, I knew Leon personally, first of all, so we had a personal relationship that we've had for several years. I'm very close with him as well as his family.
Right.
And then also from a political side, looking at it, I felt like he had the most experience. It would bring a lot of things into Charleston that the other candidates may not be able to do.
And let's talk about even before then, because evidently all of the candidates, when they were running for mayor, had to put their campaigns on pause because of Mother Emanuel.
Right.
Take me back to June 17th and tell me, where were you emotionally when that happened? Because when I heard about the news, I was devastated. And I was at home when I got the news and just thought it was absolutely devastated.
I was in shock. I was actually traveling in Europe. I had spoken at a conference in France and was traveling to Switzerland at the time when I first heard about it. So being outside the country, particularly outside the Charleston area, it was somewhat hard to grasp watching that on the news, internationally, and not actually being here. And then since being, of course, involved with some things related to the situation, it's still a travesty. In fact, I still wear to this day a bracelet that was given to me to help raise some of the money for the folks of all the victims related to it.
That's awesome. Well, David Aylor, it's so good talking to you again. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you having me. Always good to see you. Happy holidays.
Likewise.